We're just going to record as we go, and then we're going to play back exactly what we recorded. We're not going to cut it up like TV or some radio interviews do.
Okay.
So it'll maybe sound funny to you at the beginning and at the end, but then at the end I'll come back on and say goodbye to you after I sign off, okay?
All right.
Okay. Here we go. When Brady Hansen finished his junior college career at the North Dakota State College of Science, his choices of what to do next were limited. He could have done a couple of things, like continue playing somewhere else, hang it up altogether, or follow his dream and try to play at North Dakota State, but that would mean he'd have to walk on and make the team. Brady Hansen joins us now, and Brady, that's exactly what you did a couple of years ago. Left the State College of Science and decided that you wanted to play for the Bison. The only way you were going to do that was to walk on. Take us through that decision.
Well, I just got done at Wahpeton there at NDSCS, and I just felt like I wasn't ready to be done playing football. And I knew Coach Parsons had a good hookup here at NDSU, and I just thought, why not just throw my name up here to Coach Vegan and see what he thought of me, and if he'd give me a shot to come up to NDSU and possibly make the team and play here.
So in 2009, you redshirted, which means you were not eligible to play. Then in 2010, you were pretty much designated to scout team, so didn't see the field then. But in 2011, this season, you got to play and play quite a bit. It's a unique story, Brady, but it's got to be one that's really self-fulfilling.
Yeah, this past summer and winter workouts, I just knew I had one last hurrah at everything, so I really just poured everything I had into it to try to make my body and my mind right to hopefully get on the field. And when fall camp came rolling around, I just stuck to everything that Coach Ferns taught me and just went with it. And I just basically just threw myself out there, and if I made it, I made it. If I didn't, I did it, as long as I knew as I tried. And everything just seemed to fall into place as the fall camp kept going on and kept doing what I needed to do to have the coaches basically forced to play me because I wasn't doing anything wrong. So that's how everything came about.
The 6'4" wide receiver is from Hankinson, North Dakota. And Brady, you got a chance to play in 8 games this year. You have that catch. That has got to be really, for a guy that's put in as much time and had as many question marks at this level, playing at an elite level at North Dakota State, just being able to do what you're doing, it's special. Have you ever thought and been able to step back and go, wow, this really is neat?
Yeah, well, every day when I come in, I just thank God for the opportunity that I have here, and just know that I'm truly blessed to be doing what I'm doing, and know that a lot of kids would give a lot to be in the position I am in. So I just try not to take everything for granted and just know every day I got to keep pushing just as hard as I did the day before and just not give up on this.
Let's go back, Brady, to a very successful high school career. Football, your senior year, 7-1 for the Hankinson Fairmount Kamba Tinta football team. In basketball, you guys had a wonderful run, went to the state tournament, finished 25-3 your senior season. You hold the high jump record at high school. High school was real good to you in Hankinson. Things were going really well in high school. Take us back there and playing in that small community and the small town atmosphere and those gyms. Nothing quite like Class B basketball and that small level of football, is it?
No, just it's weird because back home everyone knows everybody. You go bakery, grocery store, everyone recognizes you and just congratulates you on the season that you're having and everything, and it's just a lot different atmosphere than when you come play college football. Nobody knows you, and you really got to make a name for yourself because nobody watches you grow up or knows your family quite as well. So when it comes to that, it's way different.
But now you go back to Hankinson and proudly wear that number 83 on the football field, and people in Hankinson know who Brady Hansen is. They remember the Brady Hansen that played so well there in high school, and and now gets to put his name at North Dakota State University. I bet it's neat now to go back home and even home games when you've got so many people from Hankinson and all over Richland County that have become Brady Hansen fans, and not necessarily Brady Hansen and Hankinson, but Brady Hansen, the player that plays for the Bison. That's got to be neat.
Yeah, it really is, especially when I go back, just older adults, just see their younger kids always look up to me when I come back home, knowing that I made it this far, and just kind of gives them younger kids a hope that somebody from such a small town can make it to this big level. And just try to, every time I talk to them, just let them know that they can do it. You just got to focus and keep your mind right and just never give up. That's the main thing.
Brady Hansen is our guest. He is a wide receiver for North Dakota State. The Bison take on Lehigh Saturday. 3:05 kickoff as they have made it to the Elite Eight and look to move on. Talk to us, Brady, a little bit about Lehigh, a team that can certainly move the football offensively. This is going to be a good football team your Bison play on Saturday. Yeah,
it sure is. They got a really explosive offense, really good quarterback, and defense are really big. So, I mean, we're going to have to really do our job on offense to put up points and try to keep the defense off the field to stay with these guys. So it should be a really good game. As a player, Brady, that got to play on the practice squad quite a bit last year, and even though you were on that run for the Bison, you really didn't get to feel it like you do now. Now at any moment you could be grabbed and told, hey, 83, you got to get in there. This has got to be special right now to go through this playoff run, to be a kid that grew up rooting for the Bison and bleeding that green and yellow, and now really getting to make a difference as the Bison walk their way through the playoffs. This is really what it's all about, this point in FCS football, when you've got a chance now to work your way into a national championship. Yeah, it's really amazing just knowing that we're back to where we left off last year, and now we're going to make this extra push to try to get further. And just as far as knowing my name could be called, it's really cool compared to last year, because now I know that I have to be even more focused, even more ready, and just try to keep my teammates focused and ready also. And just a lot bigger role this year than last year. Brady Hansen, the wide receiver for North Dakota State, and the Hankinson, North Dakota native. Brady, I know this being on the mighty 790 KFGO, you've got a fan here at the radio station. Joel Heitkamp might be the biggest Brady Hansen supporter outside of your family. Joel loves it when Brady Hansen gets a call and when Brady Hansen steps onto the football field. And part of it, Brady, is your story, which I think is so neat. There's so many times when you could have given up and walked away and said this wasn't worth it. Did that ever cross your mind that, you know what, I'm not getting a chance, and sometimes I'm sure you doubt yourself, but you stuck it out. Did it ever cross your mind that, man, this just isn't worth it? Yeah, it definitely crossed my mind. I mean, the amount of time you have to put in here is just insane, and a lot of people just don't understand what you have to do to play here, just even be part of the team. And yeah, I think a lot of people definitely think of hanging it up, but I mean, if you really got to love the sport and you really got to love this team to stick with it, and just it's not for everyone, but I mean, if you really want it, you just got to go for it. Now, a senior on the Bison, Brady, I'll ask you this question, but I think I already know the answer. Was it worth it? Oh, definitely worth it. I wouldn't trade it for anything, and I'm so glad I just stuck it out. Good luck against Lehigh this week, buddy. Appreciate it. Thank you. That's Brady Hansen, the wide receiver for North Dakota State and the Hankinson native, and this is the mighty 790 KFGO.